As you walk along Cesar Chavez Street, you're going to find shops, cafes, and condos. But when you talk to locals across the street, they say they're getting kicked out. Round Rock PD is inviting members of the faith community to a live active shooter situation training, and one of the things that they're going to discuss is how they monitor their exits. When asked about running for governor, Speaker Joe Straus hasn't ruled it out, but says in 2018, it's not likely. Muay Thai is a martial art that has been around since the 14th century. New numbers in Travis County show that 28% of students are either considered overweight or obese. The Temple Wildcats paid a visit to the Round Rock Dragons. They got on the board early and never looked back. They currently lead at the half, 41-7. The yearly Torchlight Parade is a thing of the past. Organizers are calling it quits after 31 years after the results of the deadly Charlottesville protests. This announcement's coming just days before Texas is scheduled to take on OU in the Red River Showdown. Now, a couple more details about this yearly tradition. Students, alumni, and faculty come together every year and wish players good luck before taking on OU. It first started as a rally in 1916 before the Thanksgiving Texas and Texas A&M game. Texas went on to win that game, and the Torchlight Parade would later become a part of that yearly tradition. We caught up with a UT student who said maybe the Torchlight Parade shouldn't have been canceled.
I think that's silly. I think that if we let things like this stop us, we would just live in our houses and never leave our apartments, which doesn't make sense.
While the Torchlight Parade has been canceled, the Texas rally is still scheduled for October 11th at 8 p.m. right underneath the tower. From the University of Texas, I'm Grant Michaels, Spectrum News. Muay Thai is a martial art that has been around since the 14th century. But in the 21st century, it's picking up steam right here in Austin. The combat sport teaches more than just how to fight.
It's a brain sport. You have to think, you have to use your brain.
Not only does it help kids with their physical health, but it helps them focus on their social health as well.
You can tell he walks a little taller now, he talks a little louder, he's not afraid to walk up to people and talk.
The sport may be violent at the highest level, but it's all about mutual respect.
I'm not bringing my son here to teach him how to beat people up or how to fight. I'm bringing him here to teach him something that shows him self-discipline, shows him respect for other people, because, you know, the whole foundation for martial arts is not to beat people up, it's to show restraint.
From the 14th century, now to the 21st century. From East Austin, I'm Grant Michaels, Spectrum News. The 6-6 Cowboys need to win their last 4 games to have any chance at the playoffs. Lucky for them, they're playing the 2-10 Giants, who have been a mess lately. The number 2 Texas women's basketball team is a perfect 7-0 this season, and it's been a pretty easy run for the Horns so far. Coming up later this hour, the number 2 Texas women's basketball team with a big challenge at Tennessee. We'll see you then. That's a wrap on Sports for the Hour. Next time up, highlights from the Cowboys and the Texans. 4-8 Houston hosting 2-10 San Francisco. The Texans down by 3. TJ Yates fires to DeAndre Hopkins after the missed extra point. Houston is within 1. Early third, Hopkins doing his thing again. Pretty pass from Yates and a prettier catch. The Texans grabbed the 16-13 lead, but that lead would not hold. Late in the third, Jimmy Garoppolo rolling left and finding Garrett Selleck for the score, and that gives the Niners the lead for good, 26-16, the final. It was not a good week for the teams at the top of college basketball. Kansas hosting Arizona State, a pretty alley-oop to LeGerald Vick. KU up 7. The Sun Devils not going away easy, down 3 in the second half. Remy Martin, what a name that is, ties it up at 50. Later in the second, Martin driving and one. Look at that, Arizona State goes up double digits. Then it's Shannon Evans, the step back 3, money. Sun Devils on fire. They go into Lawrence and hand Kansas their second loss of the week. What a story Baker Mayfield is from Lake Travis High School. He walked on at Texas Tech. After an unhappy year there, he walked on again at Oklahoma, and now he's making history. Mayfield became the first former walk-on to ever win the Heisman Trophy Saturday night. The Sooners quarterback won in convincing fashion over Bryce Love and Lamar Jackson. Mayfield had 41 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions this season.